Greetings and welcome to What's Wrong with Wolfie. My name is Jason.
And I'm Rich.
And I'm Chris.
And this time, Merry Christmas! Jesus, I sounded like a blinking goat, didn't I?
I was just like, who are we doing? Is it an Animal Farm special?
The goat meme special, wasn't it? Fucking hell, man.
That was
Who needs Goat Simulator when we got this?
That wasn't me, that was my actual goat I've got next to me. No, I'm joking.
Oh, bless.
Well, what way to start the show. And at the top of the show, as always, we like to give a really big Merry... I'm doing it again. What is going on with me? Oh my God. I think I'm going to stop saying the word merry because I'm going to get some like goat fanatics at me by thinking I'm doing some kind of like cruel thing to them.
See if that we get Peter Griffin impersonators going, stop copying.
Yeah, maybe.
Still think the best one was early Family Guy when he opened the emergency fire exit on the aeroplane. That shit kills me every time.
Oh my God!
Should we reset ourselves?
No, this is fine. Yeah. No, this is Christmas special episode. So you know, it's nice and loose. Is that right? Oh my God!
Goats, and now we're talking about loose.
I know.
Loose goats. This
is not going to be cheap show messy, but I feel like it probably still be our messy show. So. Thanks Andrew and Tristan, by the way, top guys, as always. A really big festive thank you. There you go, it's better than Mary. Thank you so much, guys. As always, you are amazing, and if you would like to do the same, you can do so by joining the Wolfie Club, where you can join a monthly membership or just give a one-off donation to the show. Head on over to buymeacoffee.com/the Wolfie Pod to see all the options. Well, here we are, boys, sitting around a nice gorgeous fire. God, I feel that heat. It's amazing, isn't it?
Burn my face off.
I know, right? Yeah. In fact, Chris, could you just throw another log on there for us, please?
Yes. There you go. There you go.
Not a turret.
No, not a turret.
There's a log on the fire now.
Nice one. Oh yeah, no, that's much better. Thank you. Yeah. No, that's lovely. And we've got some nice, stockings hanging from the fireplace.
I hope you guys are fixing these sound effects in post.
Yeah, we will.
It sounds pretty weird right now.
Well, yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Got my Yamaha keyboard out with the sound effect buttons. Sound of a gunshot.
No, not a
gunshot and a plate breaking.
Lovely. I'm trying to paint a scene here, and you're whipping out Yamaha.
Oh, we've got Bob Ross here as well.
Yeah. Stop it.
Just a happy little accident. Our little secret.
Love you, Bob.
Oh. Anyway, I don't know where to go.
Speaking of Bob Ross, this is a random thing. I found on YouTube about 6 months ago. A guy actually located all of his originals.
Really?
Everything he'd painted personally and on screen. Because apparently his family couldn't legally sell it on because it was owned by the production company that made the episodes.
Did you watch that documentary about that?
Yes, it's the same. It's the same documentary.
Upsetting.
And he finds this warehouse full of these archive boxes full of Bob Ross paintings that they can't do anything with.
Awful.
Oh, I'm missing out once more.
Yeah.
I think it must have been a documentary I watched.
I'll have to look out for it.
There's one on Netflix. Anyway.
Yeah.
That might be it, actually. I'm getting confused with YouTube and Netflix.
I know. I was in the middle of, painting a scene, we're around the fire, got stockings out, and then you start rambling on about paintings. You should be used to how...
Because you said paint a scene, and I was like, Bob Ross, Christmas trees in the distance, and a little happy cabin with a fire burning, and, and a dinosaur in the mountains. And,
because dinosaurs and Christmas go together,
Yes, they do.
Well,
especially when Jurassic Park's on.
But I'll give you that one. Anyway, so we've got our stockings hanging from our fireplace. 2 foot of snow outside, so we can't go out. And
Canada, Jesus.
Yeah, I know. And we got some nice homemade mince pies on the table, ready to be eaten. You like mince pies, right?
Nah.
No? Oh, well, tough shit, isn't it?
I do. I haven't started baking yet, though.
Well, that's slacking it, mate. Come on,
Yeah.
chop. I was having a go at my dad about this only at the weekend. I was very, very sad when I popped round for a cup of tea and there was no homemade mince pies.
Oh,
But it's just finding a time. It's just like you got mince
Oh,
pies
he's
to make,
retired.
chocolates to make.
He hasn't got that excuse.
my
Yeah,
mum,
true.
my mum sent me a picture today of the big tray of sausage rolls that she's made ready for Christmas Day. I'm
Ooh.
like, yes, thanks,
Is she
Mum.
like a sausage roll queen?
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Yeah,
Well, we'll stick some in the post, won't you?
I'll try. Jiffy bag will do.
Yeah, all right, yeah, perfect. Put a nice block in there, sorted. Of course, this is all hypothetical. We're not all sitting around a fire, but we're going to pretend we are, and you can probably hear all the nice fire crackles going off right now. So, yeah, sit back and chill out and enjoy what's going to be quite an interesting show, I think. So, guys, we've all bought a Christmas tipple, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah, I've got my bottle of rum. Sitting
really?
here.
a bottle. Well, you got
Going
straw
old
in
school,
it.
I love it. Straight rock. Boom.
No, I've got Coke as well. I'm not that hardcore, don't worry. Not on a Monday
Oh.
evening anyway,
The
blimey.
smoking kind or the snorting kind? Sorry, I'm quick off the mark.
You aren't, yeah? You've
I
not
thought
even
it-
started, George, yet.
I
Either
thought
have
this
you.
was fake snow. Fucking Tony McCann.
So I've got my Dead Man Fingers rum and can of Coke ready to go. What have you brought, guys? Rich?
No, sorry, it just popped in my head that I just had League of Gentlemen. I can't. Sorry. Anyway, sorry.
We didn't burn him
Oh, God.
on the
I
fire.
I have got a nice spiced plum mild from Gypsy Hill and Bin Day Brewing Co. It's called Filthy Animals. It is actually a Home Alone beer.
Oh.
It is lovely.
Excellent.
Yeah, very nice. So yeah, it's a spiced plum mild ale. What does it say on the can? Yeah, full of plummy goodness and mould on seasonal spices. Goes well with the Wet Bandits. That's what it says. Yep, a perfect companion to the last minute Christmas dash.
Love it. Love
is
it, love it.
wonderful. Very
And
nice.
now, or every time I see or hear anything about Home Alone, that DVD that was posted in that group that we're in will always come to my front of
God.
Bone Alone, wasn't it called?
Don't spoil it! Don't spoil it! It's in the group chat. Yeah, I'll put it. We need to get Chris's live reaction on the group chat. Don't even spoil it.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's one of those like crappy asylum ones they release.
Well, Rich is doing that.
Yeah,
Chris,
It's probably better than a new Home Alone remake, to be honest.
probably. Why don't you tell us what tipple you've brought with you?
I've just got a can of Guinness, pint of Guinness.
That's your normal Christmas tipple, is it?
No, I've got whiskey, but I wasn't in a mood for whiskey.
is it
Fair enough.
Nigerian export or?
No.
Okay.
And I'm waiting for some. I believe I've got some 007 rum coming for Christmas. So
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Very nice.
um,
Does it just smell of James Bond when you open it?
No, it's the Blackwell rum that's run by the guy who currently owns GoldenEye in Jamaica.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
And
Is
I
that
put it
the
on my
vibration
Christmas.
of this picture coming through?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna have to just turn my phone off for a second.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
so I
you're
think I've got some Blackwell rum 007 edition coming in a few days. So I don't like these laughs at the moment.
What I'll do, listeners, is I shall tweet this picture once this episode releases, just so you know what's going
I'm
on.
looking at it now and crying. So bad. Oh shit, man.
What the fuck?
They either thought that title through, or they didn't. I'm not sure. Bone Alone. Oh my god.
So we're painting a picture here. So if you can
Oh,
imagine
no.
the Home Alone logo, but the home has been changed for bone, and we've got the Home Alone kind of house logo on there, but instead of Macaulay Culkin, you've just got a puppy.
Guess we now know why they were called the Wet Bandits, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the fact that the two people behind in the window look like they're wearing gimp outfits. That's all ready to go, really. It's the fact it's a PG.
There you go.
Give up.
When you
That's
see,
that one.
you see a film with a dog on the cover with a Santa hat, the last certification you're going to think of is that's a PG. Why is that the funniest part of the whole thing?
So the PG stands for puppy grinding.
Yeah, yeah.
No. Oh, God.
Gives a whole new meaning to the, to the phrase dog pound.
I'm not sure how much I'm going to be cutting out this one.
It's Christmas.
I couldn't get it out. Oh my god.
Oh. We are turning into the Chip Show.
We are.
All right. Okay.
God.
Well, let's just have a Christmas toast, shall we? I'm just going to clink our bottles and have a Christmas drink with you guys, and then we'll.
No, we'll
move
ruin our
on.
laptops if we do that shit.
Oh, well, yeah, this is true. So,
Oh fuck, yeah, no, you're not there really, are you? Damn.
Yeah, all right, ready?
Sorry, I've just shorted the
Cheers.
house out. Cheers, guys.
One's done. Should probably get another one, really.
I think you should. Okay.
I can.
I'm not stopping you. Okay, so this episode, we do have a plan for this episode. Don't worry, it's just not going to be a complete and utter mess. We're going to have a chat about our favourite and worst Christmas film, and maybe our favourite Christmas song and TV special, for just our favourite ones, and obviously the worst film anyway. I'm babbling, so please excuse me. And then we're going to have a look through the 1995, as that's the year we're in right now, TV Christmas guide, and see what kind of beautiful, lovely surprises it holds for us. We have had a quick flick through it, so we kind of know what's in there, but I'm sure there will still be a few surprises for us. So let's get straight into it and then talk about our favourite and worst Christmas films. Chris, for you, what would you say would be your favourite Christmas film?
I have many.
I'm sure you do.
It's
Just
difficult
one,
to
Chris.
choose.
Just one.
I
Yes,
know.
just one.
It's just it's so difficult to choose when you write everything down and you're just like, oh, like trying to choose your favourite film in a series, isn't it? But for some reason this year I'm gravitating towards Scrooged because I just think it's just a beautifully done film.
It is a great film.
It can be a bit tropey, but that's the point. It's lampooning. It's lampooning what TV companies do over Christmas, and it does it beautifully. And every year when it's on, I just wait for those lines to be. It's just, I don't know. It's just an enjoyable watch. I mean, obviously you got your Die Hards and your Home Alones, and we did a double bill Home Alone 1 and 2 last night actually. And Scrooge for some reason just gravitates towards me as the older I get.
That makes sense.
And on my list it's just speaking to me on my little notes over here. But
It is a great twist on the Christmas Carol story, and it's just really interesting what they do with the characters in this film, and Bill Murray plays Bill Murray
playing
fine. It fits in perfectly with the story.
Yeah, it's just a smarmy, too big for his own boots TV exec.
Yep.
Vice president. And just
Come on, have
basically
you got a favourite part?
He's like a young guy trying to make it in a business full of old people trying to do the same thing over and over again, and he's trying to inject some energy into it to a point where one of the trailers gives an old dear a heart attack. And it's I think the whole film it's just so it doesn't take itself seriously until like 3/4 of the way through, when you realise the message behind it, when he sees people dying or people without any money or his brother missing him and stuff like that. And I think my favourite part of the whole film has to be the 10-minute segment with Bill Murray and Carol Kane.
I'm trying to think of that bit now.
Yeah, I've gone blank.
She plays
I've
the
gone blank.
Ghost of Christmas present? No, past.
Take your word for it.
What ghost does she play, Carol Kane? Jesus Christ.
You've got the fairy one, haven't you?
That is her.
Yeah. Then you got the taxi driver one, haven't you?
Taxi Drivers goes to Christmas Past.
It's present. I
Yeah,
just
because he
Googled
goes to his brother's house. And yeah, it's just that whole chemistry between him and Carol Kane is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like, just laughing at it, thinking about it, it's just done so well. But again, with Bill Murray, he's just so good at the physical comedy. Like when he slips over in a restaurant on the water. Have you guys seen Scrooge recently, in recent years?
Oh,
We watched it last year.
Yeah. It's a beautiful pratfall moment where he thinks he's seeing things like eyeballs in glasses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He gets up and thinks some guy's on fire, so he throws the champagne bucket over him and he goes, "What are you doing?" "Oh, sorry, I thought you were Richard Pryor." And, for those of you in the audience who don't know that joke, Richard Pryor got drunk and high on drugs and set himself on fire one night.
As you do.
That's that joke.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's this beautiful pratfall where I believe it was all done coincidentally. He just got up and slipped on a wet floor, but it's this beautiful slip where he rights himself on the doorway and then slips again and then just casually walks out of the restaurant. It's got everything it needs. It's got a great supporting cast. It's got Alfre Woodard and Karen Allen, America's little sweetheart, before she disappeared. Oh no, that was Margot Kidder, wasn't it? She disappeared. Oh, oh sorry. But yeah, Scrooge. It works so well. Basically, that's what it says on the tin. It's a guy who's been Scrooged.
Yeah. It's just
like, yeah.
For the time, it was the up-to-date version of Christmas Carol.
Yeah, he just gets a visit from his old boss. He's been dead, 12 years? It's like with a golf ball and a mouse in his head.
I need to watch this again. It's been so long since I've seen it.
It's a delightful film by Richard Donner, and
yeah, we watched it last year. We haven't got around to watching it this year, but we watched it last year for the first time in ages, and it was so good to go back and revisit it.
Yeah, I do it every year. I put a DVD in every year, and it's just one of those things that never gets old. It's just the dialogue exchanges and the pacing and the structure is just done so well. It's almost as if it's a perfect storm of a Christmas movie for Bill Murray and for Richard Donner. It just works so well on every segment. Obviously, it gets very tropey when you retread Charles Dickens books or Charles Dickens stories and themes. But Scrooge, for some reason, it doesn't get boring because I don't know why. Some Christmas Carol interpretations, just you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Apart from the Muppets Christmas Carol, that gets better. That's just great all round. That's always a yearly watch. But yeah, the Ghost of Christmas Past as a taxi driver takes him back to him being a kid, where his dad, played by Bill's real life older brother. Basically just a hard ass drunk, didn't give a shit, which makes Bill Murray's Frank into the person he is today. This non-caring, out just needs to make money, Christmas doesn't mean anything, and then by chance meets this girl played by Karen Allen that changes his life, and he always regretted not going for a full relationship or committing to that and then drifting away. And so yeah, these ghosts come along and just tell him the true meaning of Christmas in the past, in the present and the future. And it's structured in a way where it's a TV studio, so they can get away with these stupid skits and get these world famous actors like Lee Majors in the opening 5 minutes of the damn film. Do you guys remember that scene?
I have not watched this film. It probably was like ITV one Christmas when I was young.
Jesus, that was a long time ago.
You've not seen it? Long. Oh my god! Seriously, just watch it. It's just fantastic.
At least 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's done in such a very self-aware way, where it's just like you've got a Christmas Day schedule, and you've got America's favourite old fart reading a book next to a fireplace, and then Frank comes out with all of his kind of mid to late 30s kind of idea of what Christmas is all about. So it's all like action and violence, and it's the real kind of meta humour that really works well, which was kind of ahead of its time, really. That kind of self-aware, very satirical look at Hollywood and TV. And it's just like there's a siege on the North Pole. and there's like bombs going off and like missiles, and then Lee Majors comes in to save the day. So, and he's even name checked. He's like, Lee Majors, the $6 million man. It's like your typical, like, really shit Christmas special that you see on these networks. And you got like Robert Goulet there singing with like a punt boat gondola. Just like, what the fuck? And yeah, like one, yeah, and then it's got like, you know, one of the trailers gives this old dear a heart attack. And later on in the film, there's a phone call where it's just like, you know, what caused her heart attack? It's like, oh, it's probably something she ate. And then it's got that famous mouse scene where he can't get the antlers to stick to the mouse. And he classic Bill Murray. Have you tried Stables? But it's just got all those classic Bill Murray lines written for him and just performed beautifully by him, and it's so effortless. Every line he utters is so effortless. And again, with him, with Carol Kane, it's just this amazing 10-minute sketch segment, you could call it, really, when she hits him with the toaster. And it's just like, and just Carol Kane's just got that mad, high-pitched pixie kind of voice anyway. And it's just great.
I don't know if I've actually seen her in anything outside of Scrooged, unknowingly at the time. I'm trying to remember what other films are in her.
Adam's Family Values. She was Grandma in Adam's Family Values.
I'm not thinking of her as the name. I'm just thinking Grandma.
Yeah.
Damn, okay, fair enough. I've seen plenty of her then.
That's about the only two notable things I've seen her in, to be fair. That and Adam's Family Values, but I just, Scrooge for some reason this year, I don't know why, it's just there, and it's just got such one of those classic heartfelt endings, which always ends on a high, these films, and
well, you got
it. And again, like the story, it plays fast and loose with like geography, time travel, and teleportation. This is like, because he's in one time thing, seeing one alternate future or one alternate past, and then he's just on the set, and he just kind of gets burst through this door, and on the other side of the door is the set for the Charles Dickens reenactment. It's just like everything just collapses around him. It's just like,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
You need to watch it, Rich. If it's been that long,
I've got like stuff I need to watch. I've got some films lined up. Some I'm still trying to think of. So yeah, I'll put this on the list now.
Yeah, it's just it's a well done film. I would go into it to more detail, but I haven't seen it for about a year. I haven't had a chance this year yet, but
that's fine.
Yeah, it's just solid all round performance, great gags, even relevant today. And you've got, you know, the ever lovely Alfred Woodard, which probably most listeners of this will know from Star Trek First Contact. And it's just a great watch, and Carol Kane's great in it, and
beautiful choice, cracking film, mate. And it was high on my list as well, actually, Scrooge, but it doesn't quite get to the top for me, unfortunately. But
no, it was tied between that and Lampoon's Christmas Vacation for me this year.
Yeah, that's a good. It's also, spoilers that might come up in a minute. Before I move on to Rich and find out what his favourite Christmas film is, I just want to give a quick Christmas cracker joke. You right with that?
Oh God, yeah, go for it. Do your worst.
Are you ready? Okay.
Go for it.
What goes ho ho whoosh, ho ho whoosh?
I don't know.
Santa Claus in a car wash.
That's a good guess, Chris. That's a very good guess, but you're wrong. Are you ready for the answer?
Oh, ready as I'll ever be.
It's Santa caught in a revolving door.
Oh,
okay. that's shit even for like cracker standards. Holy crap! Wow. There's a reason our family have stopped giving out crackers at Christmas now. My mum just does little presents instead. Because that's exactly why. They're just a waste of money.
Yeah. It's a waste of money and a waste of paper.
And then you just throw them away 30 seconds later.
Yep. I've done with my little plastic ring or my...
I was going to say...
tiny measuring tape.
Christmas crackers must be like the worst climate thing to exist these days, right? Like with the plastic toys and the bits of paper and cardboard that gets used making them.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's definitely NFTs and then crackers.
Yeah.
in that just
order.
about.
And then you got these.
Fine.
You got the crackers at the moment for the Eco Crusaders that are all made with cardboard and paper.
You know.
Which, like these electric cars, have a higher carbon footprint per manufacture than the actual fucking normal crackers. You crackpot bastards. I've got an electric car, have you? Where's the electric come from that you charge your car up from? Oh yeah, an oil or a coal-fired powered station. Great.
No, you can't win either way, can you? You're either polluting the world with your petrol fumes, or you're doing that with your electric cars.
Exactly. We're all fucked anyway,
yeah,
regardless of what we look at it.
Yeah,
but we'll
I'm
be
trying
living
to keep
on
this high and like merry, Chris, and you're
We'll
bringing
be
it down with your
Chris,
real world problems.
We'll all be living on Mars in 20, 40, 80 years, maybe 100 years anyway, so we're not all going to be living on Mars.
Three-breasted women or aliens up there, then we're all good, aren't we?
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger's rating up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sharon Stone.
Yes, please.
Okay.
And Uncle Hank from Breaking Bad.
God, I forgot he was in that. Holy shit.
Yeah. As
Okay.
a vagina-headed mutant.
And moving on to Rich's favourite Christmas film, mate. Come on. Let us know. We want to know. Come on.
I'm going to go kind of out of left field with this one.
Oh,
Because I
you
kind of
were.
was like, I want to say Die Hard because it is, to many, the ultimate Christmas film, but I kind of actually want to use this to shine a light on a film that I don't think many people know about that I watched a few years ago.
It's not the Munsters Christmas film, is it?
Oh, God, no. No, definitely not. No. This is actually a film from Finland called Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. It was from 2010. So yeah, it's set in Finland during a secret mountain drilling project, and some British researchers, they essentially discover what, according to legend, is the ancient burial ground occupied by Santa Claus, as he did.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
We're going there, are we?
it's only after the research team excavate the site, they find dozens of slaughtered reindeer, and the local children in the town start disappearing.
Oh my God.
It's bear with me. It's honestly, this film's great. It was a random Netflix find one year, and I was like hooked. And
Is it still on Netflix?
Don't think so, but you can probably find it somewhere. You can find
Already,
it somewhere.
this sounds like I'm gonna go.
This
and
already
watch
sounds
it
like
tonight.
Chris's new favourite Christmas film.
Yes, it is good. So, I mean, the film follows this young boy called, I think it's Pietri. I'm not very good with my Finnish pronunciations, so bear with me. And his father, who they both live on a reindeer farm. One day, Pietri's father accidentally catches a feral man in one of his bear traps. And that feral man turns out to be Santa Claus. And, yeah, it's not a lot I want to say about this film because I don't want to spoil it because it does throw a big twist at you. Proper big Dallas-sized twist at the end.
You chose Dallas.
Yeah,
Of all things.
that's all I had. I couldn't think of it. But yeah, I mean, on the surface, it does sound very much like it's just some tropey Christmas horror film, like these, like the ones like Krampus you get now. But it does a much better job. I think it's more of a proper fairy tale in the tradition of like the Brothers Grimm. But if the Brothers Grimm were adapted by John Carpenter,
My God.
basically yes, that's the first conclusion I drew. It does actually draw a lot from The Thing as well, in terms of the premise and the tone. The whole film is just the location is just snowy fells. You've got doomed researchers that resurrect something that is not what it seems. It is just a marvelous film. It isn't a homage to The Thing. It is very much its own thing. It's very unique. It looks stunning as well, like you'd expect with a film that's set out in the snow. It just looks glorious. Kind of like how I feel like a film like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can always say that you can kind of smell that film from watching it. This film, I feel like you can actually feel how cold the characters are, which sounds really, really weird, but kind of like The Thing, I think it really helps the whole feeling of isolation. It's just a really unique, marvellous film that kind of got me more into like Finnish and some like Norwegian cinema as well. There's some really good stuff coming out of there. And this is just a very good Christmas film. It is very dark. It doesn't go heavy on terms of bloodshed or anything like that. I think it earns this. It has got like an R rating or a 15, but it mainly gets that from some rather creative swearing and a few shots of Santa's ass as well. And keep in mind, this Santa is like proper like meth addict skinny. He's got his horrible beard and he's just proper like nightmarish, horrible. But yeah, I want to go into detail like I know Chris did with Scrooge, but I think it would kind of give a lot away. So if anyone's intrigued, then yeah, I'm going to leave it there, as short as it is. But yeah, just got to watch this film. It's bloody great, really, really good.
Give us a reminder of the title again.
It's Rare Exports.
Rare Exports, okay.
Yeah, A Christmas Tale from 2010.
There you go, ladies and gents. There's Rich's.
I'm looking it up because that just sounds. As soon as you said, it's a grave.
Chris is all
a
in
grave
on
with
it.
half a dozen
all in.
reindeer, and I'm like, weird shit and supernatural shit, and children go missing. It's like, what? Fuck.
It's great.
It's like some late mid-90s niche sci-fi that your friend puts you onto, and you're just like, what the fuck is that? And then you turn it to love it.
It has got a real heavy 80s vibe to it. It does have that John Carpenter feel.
That sounds like something going for it then.
Yeah, it hits. It does. It's it's awesome. So.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, my favourite Christmas movie I'm going to quickly talk about is Jingle All the Way. Just joking. Of course it's not.
Put the cookies down. Total man. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh dear. No, it is in fact, Chris kind of alluded to it a little bit ago, and that is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Cool.
I mean, I remember the first time I saw this film I was quite ill, actually, when I was, I don't know, 10, 11 years old, and I remember just laying on the couch in the front room, and my dad put this on, it was on telly, and I remember cheering up and feeling much better watching the film. So I think maybe this has got something to do with what I always look back on this so fondly, especially the scene where he oils up his circular sled thing, and then just shoots down the hill uncontrollably with the trail of fire behind him.
He's like waxing it, and he's just like, yeah, we're gonna fly down here.
And I remember I just started laughing at that scene. I couldn't stop, and I think it was just such a nice relief for myself from where I've been feeling ill. And it's now a yearly tradition where I or me and the wife sit down and watch the film, and I don't get bored of this film at all. It's so funny, even after like 20 or 30 watches, or how many times I've seen this film. It's just a classic. And I think one of the things I like about it as well is that it was quite a look into American family life in a way, obviously without the cat getting electrified, or well, you know, maybe it does, I don't know, but or the dog choking on turkey bones under the table, or you know, and then you're just seeing that side of it as well as all the wacky stuff. It's just a great film, and it's still so funny to this day. And of course Chevy Chase, being Chevy Chase in there, I guess the only thing I never really understand in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, every time I watch it, is the neighbours, because what do they actually do? I don't know, apart from just get cross.
I think they're like the yuppie, rich, executive young neighbours next to the classic normal in inverted commas, normal people. They've got everything, like a bank of CDs, players, and then I think
isn't the bit when Clark is like putting the old lights up on the house and that ice cool,
it blinds them,
the gutter. Goes to, like, just takes the stereo out, goes to the window, javelins. I still remember that bit. I was just like, as a kid, I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
But it's like these vacation movies, just the physical gags land perfectly.
Yeah.
They are so well done, and they don't come across as over rehearsed.
No.
I don't know if it's the editing, but it just works so well. Like Jay said about the cat electrocuting itself while chewing on the wires.
Yeah.
And then they go and plug the lights in. But it's like any family would do that shit. You don't think to check if anybody's chewing on the wires before you plug it back in
not
again.
At all. But it's just that sound effect that they use as well, that kind of whoosh as it just goes off in fire, you know. It's like,
and you got is it like the tree burns down, so they go and cut one out from out front somewhere and bring it in. It's got a fucking squirrel in it.
You know, that old man's wig is just on fire, and he's you know. But it's just like Chevy Chase's like face reactions, where his eyes just go wide-eyed, and it's like, oh shit, you know, kind of patting him and stuff like that. You know, it just adds to the funniness of it all.
It's such a universal story as well. The Christmas breakdown of the host of Christmas.
Yeah.
We've all seen it. We've all been there. We've all had that kind of moment. And he just cracks. And he just walks through the house with a chainsaw cutting shit up.
And of course the film goes up a notch when Randy Quaid turns up.
Cousin Eddie.
Yes,
Jesus
Cousin Eddie,
Christ.
And it just goes to another level after that, with obviously the van that he comes in, and he's like emptying his he's emptying his into the cesspit, I don't know what the fuck all his turd down the drain with whatever else, I don't know what's mixed in with that, but and just you know, the way he cons Clark out of like buying himself and his kids Christmas presents, and it's the joke where he puts that massive like 50-kilogram bag of dog kibble on there as well, as if to say the dog's still getting fed and all.
It's
such a great film.
Like another film I've not watched in a long time, and it's always been quite high on my list. I don't know if it's just where I don't make a point, obviously, like many sane people, I won't watch Christmas films outside of Christmas, so it's like a once a year cycle, and it only takes 1 year for you not to do it, and then I find it then just doesn't get watched the consecutive years after that. So it's then just like you're talking 5 to 10 years apart each time I see it. So, oh my god, I need to watch this again now. Bloody hell.
Yes, you do.
Yes, again, it's one of my family favourites. Nick doesn't really like the National Lampoon's films. I think she finds it that weird cringy humour. She doesn't like that cringiness where you just there's just something about it. But she enjoys the Christmas Vacation because it is just a clusterfuck full of like
just one gag after another, isn't it?
Universal seasonal fails that everyone does.
Yeah.
Even fuck up the dinner.
Even like where the one of the granddads is on the top bunk, and he's got that smile on his face because he's staring up at a pastry girl or whatever it is, sort of pinned to the ceiling. It's just so good, and it was really tough in a way because I kind of wanted to say Muppets Christmas Carol as well. I mean, that's way up for me as well with Christmas films. Unfortunately, the Santa Claus with Tim Allen was a film that I grew up with. And I really enjoyed, and even watching it with my kids as well. And it still has to be one of my favourite Christmas films, just for those nostalgia powers points for it. But National Lampoon's just tops them all.
It's just again the casting as well. Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo. It's just like that chemistry between those two. And you got a young Juliette Lewis, and you got an even younger Johnny Galecki in there as well.
Oh God, he wasn't he? Yeah.
He was like 11, or something like that, playing one of the many versions of Rusty Griswold. It's just. Yeah. I mean, we always had it on.
Even at the beginning of the film, you know, where he's driving to get their family Christmas tree, and you know that he drives under the lorry and things like that. It's pretty cool. But then, like, they go in to find the perfect family Christmas tree, and like, you know, Audrey's eyes are frozen solid, and then like they finally find this perfect Christmas tree, and it's like, oh, we haven't got anything to dig it up with. I don't, still to this day, can't fathom how they managed to dig that tree out of the ground and got it all the way back to their car.
That's what makes it funny, though.
Yeah.
The fact that middle-class American family just kind of climbed this tree, cut the top off of it, dragged it a mile or so to their car from the parkland.
Do you think like maybe one of the other things that I always found they kind of overreacted? I think, and I know maybe they're trying to make it silly and over the top and everything, but I just don't know if that situation. I don't know, like with the squirrel, like jumping out the tree as if it was some kind of like, I don't know, rabid, wild animal that's going to eat them or something.
I think because I'm an all-round sort of animal lover, like, and as long as it's not a spider, it wouldn't bother the hell out of me. Yeah. Because squirrels are cute as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So why would a whole family run away from them?
Yes.
All you got to do is
if it was me and there was a squirrel in my house, I'd just be trying to shoot out the door, not, running away like it was some kind of like wild beast.
Carry on what you're doing and leave a door open and it'll find its way out. It's just a squirrel.
Maybe they should have just chosen a different animal or something for that scene, just to, I don't know. That's the only thing, I guess, with the neighbours as well, that I find a little bit. But I'm nitpicking my favourite Christmas film, and I'm just going to shut up because I don't want to do that. So we're just going to briefly go around each of us and just tell us what our worst Christmas film is. Is there a film that you roll your eyes at and like think, oh, God's sake, I ain't? And no. Is there a particular film for you too, Chris?
Not particularly. You got some like real like clangers of Christmas movies, but I don't tend to watch them. Like, I always, again, you say you grew up with the Santa Claus, and I mean I was about 10 or 11 when that first one came out, but I don't know, maybe it's because I've just grown up to not be a Tim Allen fan, that as I've gotten older that film's just got not tarnished, but I don't know, the concept's great. You accidentally kill a Santa, or Santa dies near where you are, and you take him on as it's the Santa Claus. It's a clever idea. There's something with Tim Allen never lands with me properly.
Fair enough. So would you say that's probably one of your worst?
No, I think, I don't know, my mum made us watch Christmas with the Cranks one year. And that's on my notes, and I'm just like, I sat through it and I was just like, this is really bad. Who thought that Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen would make a good married couple on screen? I don't think I actually have a really bad movie that I've actually sat through deliberately and watched, apart from maybe some Disney crap that my nieces watch that are really cringy, but I think Christmas with the Cranks, I think, has to be like, it's just a really bad Christmas movie that I've watched in the last 20 years.
Yeah. What about yourself, Rich?
For me, I mean, I'm kind of like Chris in the sense that films I've seen, I can't say I've really got a strong opinion about one I just cannot stand. So I'm going to choose a whole load of films that I've never seen because I know they're shit. And that is every single fucking Hallmark Christmas film. Christmas at the Plaza, I'm looking at this now, Christmas Miracle, Christmas House, Christmas Under Wraps, Switched at Christmas, The Christmas Crush, Christmas Getaway, Journey Back to Christmas, Christmas Next Door, 5-Star Christmas, 9 Lives of Christmas, A Heavenly Christmas that has one of the women from Sex and the City in it, A Princess for Christmas starring Roger Moore. He's not even on the art. So he must have probably green screened him, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just awful. A Bride for Christmas. It's all this shit that's geared towards these like American housewives that love the royal family. They're just fucking nutters. And I swear it's the same guy on every single DVD cover, just playing a different character. It is the same man. It's just really bland actors like Simon Baker or that one guy from Smallville, or it's just generic white guy meets generic white woman at Christmas. The movie.
No,
they're all awful.
Yeah,
all awful.
You're spot on, mate. That's a great pick. All of them are just terrible shit films. And
Channel 5 pumps those out a lot, don't they? They usually show them.
Yeah,
a lot,
it sounds like something Channel 5 would show, isn't it?
in October, probably.
Yeah.
The worst part is though, millions of people watching.
Yeah, or like the Christmas channel on Sky or something stupid like that. You know, but no, great pick. Excuse me. I just put myself out another run while I...
Oh, Vanessa Hudgens, what the hell are you doing in those films? Such a promising career. That's a shame.
All right. Well, my worst Christmas film, I don't know, it might be quite controversial for some people, but it's Bad Santa.
I
don't
think I've seen it all the way
bits
through.
of that film. So.
Excuse me, sorry. Just pouring my rum. Did I say that already? Sorry. I'd heard quite a few good things about Bad Santa, and I'd never seen it over a few years. And me and the wife, we sat down one year to see what the fuss was about, and I think we lasted about 20 minutes before we turned around to each other and said, "Yeah, this is shit. Let's just watch something else." So I can't really think about what it actually was that made us. I don't know. Like it was just. I don't know if it's because it was just too slow, or just the gags that they were pulling just didn't really hit with us. I think that must have been what it was. But yeah, Bad Santa was really bad for us. So, and I know it's got its fans, and a lot of people like this film, and a lot of people like this film enough for it to get a sequel. But yeah, just for us, Bad Santa was not the one. But I think we've got a little bit of time quickly. I don't really want to talk about too much about it, really, but I just want to know what our favourite Christmas song is before we look into the TV guide of '95. And I'm quite intrigued to know, Rich, what's that one Christmas song that gets played and you're like, oh yeah, this is the one. This gets you going, gets you into the Christmas mood. What is that one?
I always found for me, growing up, it's one of the ones I first heard. I think it was probably like Friday night, like Top of the Pops 2, when they used to play all the old stuff. And that was, or continues to be, Wizard. I wish it could
you
be Christmas every
motherfucker!
day.
That's on my goddamn list. Oh,
it's just a banger. I've never
is that even possible?
I don't know. I love that song so much.
Of all,
It's an anthem. Like,
this is you right here. Best Christmas song, Wizard, Christmas every.
Yeah, you're gonna have to choose another one now, mate.
I was never like Team Slade. I always like Wizard. I never gave a shit about Noddy Holder, Rowdy Roddy Holder. There you go. But yeah, it's a tune.
Yeah,
it's a tune.
It's a tune.
It's always been my soundtrack to Christmas. It's the kind of thing you expect to see in the final compilation of videos on You Been Framed.
Yeah.
When it just plays and it's just like a quick cut. Yeah, it's just love it.
See,
it's so great.
I chose it for kind of the same reasons but different because I think it's the first Christmas video I remember as a kid watching, and I looked at. They always play at Top of the Pops thing where they're wearing like Santa outfits and they've got decorations on the set, and you look at them and you think to yourself, we had the exact same shit at home when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's that feeling that I get from watching that video. For some reason, it just relates because my mum used to have all those decorations, and my Uncle Clive was a big Wizard and Slade fan, or is, sorry, I should say, he's still here, but and Wizard was always on in his car when we used to go out. We used to take us places and stuff. So that was really odd. Rich, you should have that too.
No, it's well, I mean, it is one of the most popular Christmas songs, isn't it? And it obviously resonates.
It just flows.
It resonates with me as well because it was part of one of the songs that were played all the time at Christmas time when I was a child growing up. So whenever I hear it, it completely transports me right back to those times, as well as it being just a complete banger. So
yeah, I do have an honourable mention on my list for Darkness, Christmas time.
Oh, interesting. I didn't expect to hear the Darkness
because,
come up.
I don't know, the Bell's End.
Yeah,
so good.
When that came out, when was that? 2000, 2001?
Oh, it was later than that. Probably...
No, it wasn't later than that, was it?
2005?
No, because Rich, we were in sixth form when that came out, which is between 2000 and 2004.
I'm sure that came out when I was working at the Disney store, and that was like 2005, something like that.
2003. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So it was,
okay.
so, yeah.
Wow.
Because I remember, my brain's like a hard drive. I remember us talking about the Darkness's new Christmas song, Rich.
Whose hard drive, Chris? Whose hard drive?
Mine. And it's just, I remember talking about it with you guys in sixth form, and it was just like, they perfectly encapsulated what it sounded like, a modern day Christmas extravaganza of a song that sounded just as timeless as the 70s and the 80s ones, but is also so relevant and new at the same time. It was just like, I don't know, it's just brilliant. Every time it comes on the radio, that volume goes up.
It's just a bit that gives me chills when he goes, "Come on, kids!" I was
Yeah,
like,
when
oh,
the kids
God,
start
it's
singing,
just
yeah.
So the way he does the "Come on, kids," it's so classic. It evokes that so perfectly. And it's a play on the words of the word bellend as well, which I think is fantastic.
Exactly. Which there are many of in this world.
Can't lose. You can't lose. So.
Nice. Well, that was great.
I will chuck one quick honourable mention, actually, kind of semi-ironically, but E17, Stay Another Day, banger.
Oh. I never put it down as an E17 guy.
You've got that on your favourite Christmas songs.
Yeah, honourable mention. I can't like it, it's alright.
Is it?
I've got it on my worst, but...
Fair enough.
You see, like, those kind of songs, they're just Christmas songs because they came out at Christmas time, even though they're not really... Have they really got anything to do with Christmas?
It's got like the bell thing, ding, 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 the little bell sounds and stuff, so...
And some really dodgy rear projection stars in that video. Christ, when that comes out on YouTube, you just look at it, you're like... Fucking hell! Like they paid people six-figure sums per hour. It's just nasty and cheap and horrible.
I'm just glad we live in a post-X Factor age now, because that used to make me angry. Mm-hmm. You know, like Christmas #1 used to always be a thing, and then it was like they just came and ruined it.
Yeah,
they
like,
did ruin it. It's predetermined now. We know what it's going to be a year in advance, and it'll be some shit cover by some shit singer that will last for 3 months, and that'll be it. Yeah, but
and then Rage Against the Machine came out.
Yes. Oh, I still remember.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
That's like a JFK moment. Where were you when they announced it on the radio that it was Christmas #1? I was like, oh, I remember where I was. I was over the moon. So anyway,
and I'm like, I'm sure even the band were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what the fuck's going on here?
What is going on? Well, we've got a Christmas #1. What are you talking about? Awesome. That was brilliant. Yeah. Well, I tell you, my favourite Christmas song used to be the Pogues. Fairy Tale of New York, and it's still up there for me with one of my favourite Christmas songs. But I think as I'm getting older, I'm starting to enjoy the older songs a little bit more, you know. And I was listening to Christmas songs only, you know, a few days ago, and you know, Nat King Cole came on with the Christmas song. And I'm like, do you know what? This is really good. I mean, I always thought it was good, but it's like, well, what is going on with me? You know, I'm having a midlife crisis here. Like, am I saying that this song is now one of my favourite Christmas songs ever? You know, and it's a banging Christmas song. And like, if you were to just sit down and just listen to the words that he's singing, and like, it just seems to bring off an atmosphere of Christmas. For me, to me anyway. I don't know if this is the rum talking or what. I've no idea. So, but
go home, Jason. You drunk?
Oh shit! I'm already home.
That's quick.
But no, I don't know. There was just something about it that just really brought it up. And like, when I was thinking about my favourite Christmas songs to say on the show, I just felt like I wanted to say this song. So that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say like the Christmas song from Nat King Cole. And it's something I thought I would never say, especially after Chris has just, you know, said the darkness, and here I am with Nat King Cole.
But you like what you like. Don't justify it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like what you like and crack
screw the rest.
Exactly.
So yeah, Pogues, close second for me, I guess, as it used to be my favourite, and I'm just going to say Slade for a third because, you know, they're worthy of a mention.
I guess we're going to chuck Mariah in her as well. So.
She's on my worst. E17 and Mariah Carey are both on my worst list sitting right here.
an absolute mentalist, but you know,
Sure.
she's
Yeah.
that's a tune, man. Clearly, me and Chris have different tastes. Mine are
It's not so much like worse songs. I think it's more of a case of they're so way overplayed, and you hear them in every shop or every office you go into, or every time you turn the bloody radio on. Mariah Carey at East 17, you're like, Jesus Christ, please make it stop.
Yeah.
Just like, I'm sorry, but it's great and all. It's like Celine Dion's song from Titanic. Yeah, the lyrics were great, they made sense, but just stop fucking playing it, for Christ's sake.
All right, guys, Chris, could you just throw another log on the fire, mate? It's just going down a little bit. I'm getting a bit cold.
Yep, just a second.
Cheers, mate.
And the log's on.
Awesome. Yep, no, that's nice. A bit toasty. Thanks, man. I've got another Christmas cracker joke. Do you want to hear one before we move on to it?
Do your worst.
Yeah. Okay. What happened to the guy who stole an advent calendar?
Oh, I feel like I know this one. His days were numbered.
That's a good one, mate, but it's not the answer I've
Dad,
got
the
on
fact
here.
that wasn't wrong.
That's not the one I've got on my screen, unfortunately.
How left field is the answer to this?
I wouldn't say it's that left field.
What happened to the guy who stole an advent calendar? Like, is it a survival joke?
No.
Because there's a joke similar to that where, like... I won't go into it, it's too long-winded. But
Okay.
Is it a chocolate advent calendar or a cheap, nasty paper one?
Chris, you're thinking about it too much, mate. It's an advent
I know.
calendar, and he stole it. What did he get?
I don't know.
No?
No.
He got 25 days.
Oh, fuck's sake. You know when your brain's just like, what? Okay.
Oh.
God. Oh, so bad.
All right, look, we need to look through the Christmas TV guide of 1995 now, and where should we start? BBC?
Yeah, might as well go in numeric order, eh?
Yeah, okay then. BBC. So we're looking at Christmas Eve, which was a Sunday. It was Sunday the 24th, obviously, Christmas Eve. Did anyone else just used to think, I don't know, like, I have this stupid memory in my head of like when I was 5 or 6, and I always used to think the 24th was Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, not that then.
What was I going to say, Rich?
I just always found it funny. In my brain, to me, I always feel like Christmas Eve and like Christmas Day especially, I always feel like it must be on a weekend.
Yeah.
So when
okay.
you say you're at your parents' it's Christmas and it's this is nice, and it's like, oh, it's fucking Tuesday. It's like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
kind of like,
It
I
just-
just can't see it. It's like, oh,
Screws everyone up for a few days before they reset at New Year's.
it's like Thursday afternoon. It's like, oh,
Well, Easter always falls on a weekend, so why
Yeah,
can't
that's true,
Christmas?
yeah.
I don't understand
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
And Christmas is a human construct to... let's not go into that.
No, we're not here for any of that stuff. We're here.
But no, I never had the whole Christmas Day as on 24th because I clearly was a normal kid. I don't know what's wrong.
Nothing normal about me, mate. Nothing normal.
Because I was a normal kid.
Anyway, BBC One, 7:30 a.m. gets started underway with the Pink Panther from 1964, the old classic with
7:30
Peter
a.m..
Sellers. Is that a worthy start to the day? Do you think?
Are the kids watching that?
I wouldn't have thought so. Would you? Was you watching the Pink Panther at 7:30 on BBC One?
No.
No.
I mean, I always
No.
remember like on holidays when you wake up late in the morning and it's just like, oh, it's the end of a really old movie like Black and White or some shit. But never would I wake up and go, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna go and watch a 30-year-old film.
I do have memories of like Christmas morning. Oh, because we're on Christmas Eve, aren't we? Yeah, forget me. I'm skipping ahead. I'm getting excited. Yeah. Right. Continue.
Okay, all right. But on BBC Two at 7:30 was Children's BBC, William's Wish Wellingtons.
Okay.
And that ring a bell? No.
I'm assuming these
I
are
remember
Wellingtons that grant wishes. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Williams Wish Wellingtons. Everyone
Okay.
remembers that.
Kind
Oh,
of sounds
okay.
familiar.
Red boots. Yes.
Which was followed quite briefly by the Foxy Christmas Story.
That's a bit early for
I know,
content
right?
like that, isn't it? 7:35 a.m. on BBC Two. Foxy Christmas Story.
Sure.
With Samantha Fox
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Dr. Fox before he ended up in court. Great joke. Sorry.
Moving on.
I didn't say what's for.
The best part of this the best part of this listing is the way this is laid out. I know what it's going to say next.
Do you? What am I going to say next?
The Foxy Christmas Story, followed by on BBC One,
Okay.
The Promise of His Glory.
Oh, okay. There you
I'm going to hell.
yeah. But looking, I don't know, but you can see the start to the BBC showings, and is there anything in the morning listings that would, go, oh, like make you want to sit down and watch any of this? I mean, you've
maybe Animals of Farthing Wood, because it was kind of like soft core Watership Down.
Maybe, yeah.
A bit of blood, but not much.
Yeah, but I don't know, even would that like drag you away from, I don't know, whatever else is. I don't know. I think the BBC show in the morning of Christmas Eve was just that little bit weak.
You've got Jack and Nori, read by Rick Mail, 8:45 in BBC.
Oh, I remember. That's George's Marvellous Medicine, isn't it?
This was Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, what was that? Because Rick Mail did a famous one of George's Marvellous Medicine at one point. Oh shit! No, this one's read by him and Aid Edmondson. No, Aid Mitchell. I thought I was going to say Aid Edmondson. Then I was like, I didn't know that.
Amazing.
Shit! I didn't know that. I didn't know that existed. Sorry, guys. I'm going on YouTube for 10 minutes. See you later.
Yeah. But I think BBC Two have got the better showings going on for Christmas
Surprising.
Eve. I think.
What, across the day or just the morning?
Just for the morning. I know Blue Peter, Grange Hill.
Queen's Nose.
The Queen's Nose, yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Star Trek, even.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Like, The Conscience of the King is like a random first season episode to like put on.
Yeah.
Why put that on?
Yeah.
It's at 11:40 a.m. It's not like it's just like, oh yeah, just let's have a random episode of Star Trek on BBC Two.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I mean, they always had like 40 minutes to kill, and it was like, what should we put on there?
I mean,
The
yeah.
Ozone. Oh my god, the Ozone. Jesus.
Oh my god,
Christ.
Bitzer was on as well at 8:30 a.m. I used to love that. Because I was always into craft and building like model kits and stuff as a little kid, and then Bitzer was great because it basically showed you can make more junk out of junk you already had.
But randomly at like 12:30 lunchtime was Fantasy Football League on BBC Two. I mean, that must have been a cut down version.
I'd imagine so. Yeah. I mean, it's only half an hour long, so yeah, it must be. So that was followed by a show that's loved by Bleach enthusiasts, Dreaming of Ajax.
Yeah, Gary Lineker looks at the footballing success of European champions Ajax FC of Amsterdam with comment by Paul Gascoigne, Kevin Keegan and Johan Cruyff and Dennis Bergkamp. Whoa.
It's the most 90s football show ever.
Yeah.
Big time, yeah.
And I believe they're all still alive, aren't they, guys?
Yeah, I think they are actually, yeah.
Well,
yeah,
Paul Gascoigne
Gascoigne just
hanging
about,
in there.
yeah.
Paul Gascoigne's kind of, to quote the Princess Bride, he's mostly dead.
Someone that is fully dead is 2.4
Yeah.
children, and there's
Oh God, yeah. Gary Olsen.
Oh, God, sorry. It just looked. I looked to the left. I looked to the left of Dreaming of Ajax,
my
and there it was.
God.
I was just like, sorry. Okay. And
That was quite sad. He died quite early, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally as the show was just coming along, it's just like, oh fuck, all right.
Speaking of all dead, above that, 7:15 BBC One, Last of the Summer.
Lots of
Yeah. Do you know?
I don't know. Peter Sallis hung in for a good few years.
Do you know, I used to watch that show and I think, how are these people still going? I'm sure they looked exactly the same 10 years ago when I watched this.
It was like Jackass, but Jackass really, wasn't it? Just a bunch
Yeah.
of killing themselves. Like,
And now weirdly, the guys doing Jackass are just like nearing the age that some of the people were in Last of Summer Wine when we were watching as kids.
oh my god.
Like Johnny Knoxville put up on Twitter or the Instagram like a year ago when they started filming the recent Jackass film. It's like, just a reminder, guys. The guys you watched from Jackass are now in their 50s. And we can't do this. We can't do this kind of stuff without severely hurting ourselves.
I love how you've connected Last of the Summer Wide to Jackass. It's amazing.
But it's just like you look at them and you think to yourself, like
I'm Compo. Welcome to Jackass.
yeah. But you think to yourself, like there was that famous meme, wasn't there? Where it's like the guy from was it She's Not Included or Cocoon? There was this famous actor, really big with a big like walrus moustache, and he was like 52 or 53.
Oh,
and someone was like,
what's his face? I
can't remember the guy's name. Is it something?
Wilfred Brimley.
Brimley, that's it. Wilfred Brimley. And it said, believe it or not, that, like Paul Rudd is Wilfred Brimley's age now than he was and he like fuck off.
Yeah, big time.
It's the same with Last of Summer Wine. My brain went there. It was just like they're all in their 50s playing pensioners.
Yeah, it's just mental. But I think you've hit on and like 2.4 children afterwards. I mean, and that was the Christmas Eve for BBC. I don't think there was really much anything else going on BBC One that would have really piqued my interest.
You've got Noel's Christmas Pass. He raids the archives of the BBC. Hopefully, he avoided the 70s and just left
hopefully.
that entirely untouched.
Don't
touch that.
The afternoon film was E.T. So. God. Sorry. The afternoon film at BBC One was E.T., so that's just you're safe. It's a safe one. But yeah, again in the evening, I think BBC Two just slightly had the better showings. They had for you, Rich, at 5:30, Space Precinct.
I love that on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I know, right, 5:30.
I was watching that and guarantee it.
Yeah, followed afterwards by Wallace and Gromit in a close shave.
I've been waiting for this to come up. I was there at 6:15.
I'm sure you were.
Video
Plus number plugged in and everything, mate.
It was coming out. It was brand new. It'd been on all the papers and all the magazines, and I was just like, I'm watching this for 15 minutes of my life. And I did. I put my family through like 15-20 minutes of hell watching it because I ruined Wallace and Gromit for my family, I believe, when I was a kid. So, and I loved every minute of it. It was beautiful because I was at that perfect age where I appreciated how it was made rather than the final product as well. Where you watch a close shave and you watch it next to the Wrong Trousers, so they're only separated by about 4 or 5 years.
They look like it's 20 years apart.
Yeah, Wrong Trousers I think was 89, 90.
And then that old? I suppose it was, wasn't it?
That's insane.
No, because we covered the Wrong Trousers in one of our episodes.
I think it was an early one, 90.
It must be like 92 or something like that.
Because each 20-minute Aardman movie takes approximately about 3 to 4 years to complete, and that's without post-production.
93.
Oh, 93 it was.
God, it's almost 30 years old.
Yeah. And I remember watching this, and the animation was so smooth. And it was just so well done, and everything was so detailed. It was just like, wow, this is like, I want to live in this world. It was great.
It was like the pinnacle, wasn't it, of what you could do with like stop motion animation with plasticine.
Yeah, and I believe it was the first not fully replacing plasticine with silicon sleeve puppets, which is now what they use even in Leica studios. They use silicon sleeve puppets where they even emulate the fingerprints and nail marks in the silicon. So when they're animating it, it gives that illusion that they're being touched and manipulated by human hands. And it's all artificial. And I think that A Close Shave was the first one to do that experiment and say, let's do these certain things with silicon rather than plasticine. But yeah, great. I remember I think I still got a VHS in a loft somewhere.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nothing to play it on.
That's the trouble, isn't it?
It's still in a box with stuff, I think.
Oh, that's amazing. It's such a good... I mean, the whole Wallace and Gromit series is amazing, and I wish it would come back. Even the film, the werewolf film, was was entertaining. So
they're doing is it furniture adverts?
Oh yeah, DFS
with
or something.
So sad.
Without Peter Sallis sound alike.
Yeah, but that's not what we want to see from Wallace and Gromit. Like we see.
No.
I mean, and I guess it kind of shows how strong these films were for years to come. Like where these kind of shows moved to BBC One on Christmas Day instead of being on BBC Two on Christmas Eve. But
true. Actually, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point. It's on BBC Two. That's kind of only just really dawned on me.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And they were such strong stories, and everything about Wallace and Gromit were amazing, and to see him advertising DFS is just
It's one of those things
sad.
when you get in, when you watch these little, they're short films, basically short animated films, but you get an insight into the way these people's brains work who write and animate and design these films. Because you got the wrong trousers is literally a guy gets the wrong trousers. They're NASA off, they're like developed for NASA and they go wrong, and this this bank robbing penguin learns how to use his trousers. It's mad.
It was a chicken, Chris. It was a chicken we're talking about.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Oh my god, it's you! It's just like hasn't recognised him until he takes the glove off.
There was no penguin in that film.
Yeah, penguin. And a close shave has more in common DNA wise with something like Hot Fuzz than it does anything that came before it. Because it took a genre and spun it.
Yeah.
And was like, let's have these people who clean windows, but they invent all this shit, and it's just like, it's just like a buddy cop movie, and it's just done so. And the lead falls in love, and you've got the robot dog versus the real dog, and it just works so well, and it's got the same brand of British humour that is misunderstood around the world.
Yeah,
it just works so well.
But I don't know if any of you were Mrs. Merton fans back in the day at all.
Yeah, not really.
I think my mum used to watch it now and again.
Yeah, so she was on at 8:45 p.m. on BBC Two.
Oh, Gary Rhodes was a guest.
Yeah, Gary Rhodes.
Yeah.
Mike and Elmer Baldwin from Coronation Street, Johnny Briggs and Amanda Berry, and Euro MP
Kinnock.
Yeah,
sexy.
Pretty random. And then I think the last thing that on here I'd see that maybe I'd take my fancy is, of course, Bottom.
Hell yes.
Where we've got
the best Christmas special of all time. I'm just saying it now.
Where we've got Richie's cooking and Eddie is decorating. What could go wrong? Mm-hmm.
Hoo hoo hoo. Best line in that. I love that.
Amazing.
Oh, what other gift have we got in here, Eddie? Another Brussels sprout.
God.
Why have we got Brussels sprouts, Richie? Because it's Christmas. Yeah, Gold Frankenstein and Grrr. And it's like, so if this is the nativity and you're the wise man and you're Joseph, that makes me it turns on him that he's the virgin with the towel on his head. It's so brilliant.
Remember, anytime you play charades, it's always Goldfinger, right? That's always the answer.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it is, Goldfinger.
Moving over to ITV then, and on Christmas Eve, we I don't know, Bigfoot. The 1987 Bigfoot film is on at 9:25 a.m. I mean, are we watching this? I don't think so, are we?
This is definitely what region are we? LWT or Granada?
Oh, we're going LWT. Oh, I hated all this stuff back in the day. So all fucking.
I'm still looking at Christmas Day on BBC One here.
Oh yeah. We'll do Christmas Day in a minute. We just need to look at Christmas Eve first.
All right, I'm on Christmas Eve on ITV, London Weekend Television.
Yeah, LWT. Let's look at LWT. And let's not worry about Carlton or what was the other ones? I can't remember.
Granada. Was it Meridian at this time? I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Meridian
I suppose the only good thing about when they had the different regions was like it was quite exciting when you went away and you went to a different region.
Dude. I used to go like Somerset. Like, oh my god, look, the news looks different.
Look at the weather.
We did that.
The weather's in a different part of the country.
When my mum's family, they lived in Blackheath in London, and they moved to Bristol. And when they moved to Bristol, it was like going to some like tropical place. It's like everything looks different. Like you said, different newsreaders,
different graphics,
even different idents for certain shows. And you're like, what the hell's BBC Bristol? You're like, oh my god, we're in Bristol, BBC Bristol, and then you're like, oh shit, it's just normal BBC, just with a different logo.
Oh look, there's an advert for a furniture shop in a Bristol town instead of like wherever.
They all had movies, games, and videos on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, of course.
That was on every single one. With Steve Priestley. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, are we watching Bigfoot the 1987 film at 9:25 a.m.
That
Is this
doesn't ring a bell
this-
with me.
Part 1.
Part
No,
1
because
premiere,
the
apparently.
Bigfoot you're thinking of with John Lithgow, that's
Probably.
Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Hendersons,
Yeah,
probably.
fuck- yeah, screw this
Well,
one
let's
then.
fuck this one
Probably
off
shit.
then, yeah.
Yeah.
Rich, this isn't that one that was on Mystery Science Theatre, is it?
It could be. I hope
Bigfoot
so.
in the Pacific Northwest, and there's like tigers and monkeys in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember.
And this kid actually calls him literally Bigfoot, as if Bigfoot's going to know he's a Bigfoot called Bigfoot. It's like, fuck off.
Was this in the Netflix season? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on the recent,
Okay. Oh, jeez, I have to watch that now. Like I said,
and yeah, it was on the recent.
I'm seeing this one. While Chris is looking for that, I've seen 1:10. That's the most 90s
Hollywood,
television thing.
Hollywood greatest stunts.
Oh, dude, I love that stuff.
I used to love that when he used to bring up like Indiana Jones stunts and stuff like that. Like, oh yes,
And stunts go bad.
oh yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't seen The World's Strongest Man yet, because that's always the standard, isn't it, on a Christmas listing? But
What was it? No, Jeff Capes. Was Jeff Capes a strong man, or was he an athlete? I don't remember now.
no idea. Can't remember. But I think ITV winning slightly over BBC One with
I
their
don't
afternoon.
think it was that crappy film from Mystery Science Theatre because it's a Disney
Okay.
film.
Okay.
It's a Disney made for TV. A family goes to the mountains for a few days and they meet Bigfoot. Wow,
Imagine part 2 must be on Christmas.
that's
Day.
Yeah, it must be.
It's literally got no one in it that I recognise.
It never aired.
One of those terrible straight to VHS sequel things that
Yeah.
weren't worth your time.
Although there's a family of Bigfoot, or Big Feet, or whatever you call the plural of Bigfoot. What would you... Answers on the postcard, what do you call the plural of Bigfoot?
There you go.
Yetis? Sasquatches? Sasquatchi? I don't know.
Yeah, any of those.
It does look really cheap and disgustingly nasty.
Hence why it was on at 9:25 a.m. in the
Like,
morning.
there's a sorry. Oh, I'm having Star Wars Holiday Special flashbacks.
Oh God.
There's this picture of this family of Bigfoot holding these these two kids, and it's just like scary as fuck. If you
Crack it up, man. Crack it up.
oh dear me, I need to watch
sorry.
that shit.
I'm still having flashbacks of that bloody thing I saw online once. It was Harry and the Hendersons poster, but someone photoshopped Ron Perlman in place of Harry.
Yeah.
It was just like John Lithgow with his arm around Ron Perlman. And it was like, it
That was
didn't look
probably-
any different. Any different. He just had a haircut. That was literally the difference.
That's got to have been like something awful's Photoshop Friday, surely. This film looks so bad. It needs to be watched. We should do like a bad movie review.
Sounds good to me. But yeah,
Oh god. Oh shit. Anyway.
ITV I think are winning slightly over BBC One anyway. The Sword and the Stone at 2:10 in the afternoon,
Spider, love it.
and I love Sword and the Stone. It's one of my favourite Disney films, and I would have thought I'd definitely be there for that one. And maybe if Dad was ready to watch a James Bond film, I'd probably sit down and watch The Spy Who Loved Me as well.
Nobody does it better.
Stop getting
Amazing.
Bond wrong.
Bit of bush.
I love that you got properly told off there, Rich. Stop getting Bond wrong.
I was Alan Partridge. You're not Alan Partridge
Yeah.
fan, Jason.
No, I'm not an Alan Partridge fan. Sorry.
There's an image in the group chat, guys, and it's the most scariest thing you've ever seen.
Oh,
Have I got another image to tweet the listeners? Have I? Well, that is pretty scary. Is that from that film?
That's from that Disney movie.
really?
The Part 1 Disney movie.
Jesus Christ!
And yet
Does
you
it look-
compare it...
historic images. It's got a it's watermarked with historic images on it. Are they serious?
And yet you got like that beautiful puppet work by... Is it Jim Henson who did Harry and Henson's, wasn't it?
Oh my
You
God!
got that, which looks like some bastardised version of like Planet of the Apes meets Twilight
Yeah,
Zone.
I don't know what that is. I'm having nightmares now tonight. Thanks for that. Christmas Heartbeat at 7:15 p.m. Were we a Heartbeat fan?
God no.
My mum watched it. That's about as far as I go.
My mum and dad used to watch it, and I used to just watch it just because that meant I stayed up later.
This annoyed the hell out of me, that show.
Did it?
Constantly, just from beginning to end, every episode was just 60 songs, 60 songs,
Yep.
60 songs. Like, we get it, okay? We
Yeah.
get it. Like, just awful decade for wrestling.
It still formed one of the best jokes I've ever heard in modern television.
Go for it.
Did you guys ever watch Yonderland? It was done by the same guys who did Horrible Histories.
No,
same-
I know of it, but I
No.
never watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the guys who did Horrible Histories went off on their own and did this thing for, I can't remember what, was it Sky? Sky said, Leo, look, you know, you've all been essentially sacked from Horrible Histories. Come and do this new show. You'll write it, produce it, act in it. And they had all multiple characters. And there's this one where it's basically a fantasy show where they get zapped into some mythical elfland thing, and this survival guy says, forage these and eat these, and he takes one, so what are these? And he says, they're nickberries, they're good for your heartbeat.
Oh God.
Right, it is the most cringiest joke, but the way it was delivered was just fucking
That's
brilliant.
Fantastic.
It was just a casual way. It's like, oh, these are nickberries. They're good for your heartbeat. And he just handed one. I lost my shit.
Amazing.
That was the same show where a high security prison was called Max Security Prison Bygraves.
Wow.
Wow.
You know, you just like of the most obscure shit you can think of.
That's pretty obscure. I think the only other thing on ITV on Christmas Eve I'd probably be watching is You've Been Framed Christmas Special at 8:15 p.m.
Would this have still been Beadle, wouldn't it?
It would have been, yeah,
would have
mid-90s.
thought so.
Wasn't the glory days of Lisa Riley?
No, that was early 2000s, wasn't it?
It was. That's what I'm saying. It was before then.
Yeah.
I'll go Beadle.
Then wasn't it Harry Hill after her, and then they went full on like automated like CG intros and stuff, and
Yeah, it was just literally So
Yeah, this
I
is
will
back in
say-
the good old days.
honourable mention to the rather vague 6:15 Michael Ball. That's it.
Yes.
This is Michael Ball.
But, yeah.
I said it was just an image of his face on the screen for 30 minutes. I don't know, but just, here he is. It's like, no questions, please. I don't know. And he's gone.
Yeah. That's about it, really. Taggart at 8:45 p.m.
Taggart.
But, you know,
Jesus Christ, Taggart. Yeah.
and that's it. A quick look on Channel 4 on Christmas Eve.
Did you guys ever like tune into TV like at like 3 a.m. in the morning and find
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
real gems
Yeah.
of films and TV? I think we've
I was
spoken
watching,
about
like,
it before.
Cybernet and
Yeah,
free screen on ITV.
yeah, that kind of thing. Or you find like a really obscure episode of The Twilight Zone, you think to yourself, Christ. And I've just seen a film called The Elm-Chanted Forest, and I'm like,
I just saw it, yeah.
you know, you look at something like, is that worth a look for some pulpy kind of fantasy? Probably not.
It might be. I'll leave you to Google that while we look at Channel 4 quickly for Christmas Eve. And the first thing that jumps to my attention is for a whole 5 minutes at 9:25 a.m. is the big breakfast. Philip Schofield arrives. I don't know what that was all about.
It arrives, I think.
Philip Schofield arrives.
Yeah. I didn't even know Philip Schofield did anything with the big breakfast, but
I didn't know either.
apparently he did something.
Just
but-
arrives.
Yeah. And then we have like a whole another 5-minute show called The Crunch, and then a 10-minute show at 9:35 a.m.
So
Actor
weird.
Billy Crystal talks about his Christmas.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then we have The Crunch again in between, because at 10 a.m. is an interview with Cliff Richard.
Not a police interview, though. Just a,
No, not this episode. No.
Neil Sedaka sings a carol at 10:25. Just one.
Just
carol.
one. Just
No,
one.
Fuck off, Neil. You've done your bit.
But then we go into proper Channel 4 mode, and we have like the adventures of Huckleberry Finn and.
Wait a minute, was Carmen Sandiego going on way back in the mid-90s as well?
Yeah, definitely. It was almost like Sunday mornings when it were like.
I
Sharky and
didn't know
George
it
and
was.
shit like
Yeah,
that.
I didn't know it was that far back. Sorry. You have memories of random stuff, and I just looked like, no, I can't.
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, proper Channel 4 mode. Little House on the Prairie, the 1947 Miracle on 34th Street, the Mouse Hole Cat, the Adventures of Mole.
How the hell was Hollyoaks on in '95? My God,
Yeah,
I didn't realise how long. Oh my God!
Then we hit Hollyoaks. Father Christmas at 7 p.m.
Oh, they've subjected people to an hour of Tony Curtis and Roger Moore.
Yep.
Persuaded.
It's like, you look at something you're like, why put that on? Just why?
8:45 p.m. is the film Move Over Darling from 1963, featuring Doris Day and James Garner.
10:45. I did a joke. Sorry.
And I guess that probably the best show on all day is at 11:40 p.m. with Whose Line Is It Anyway? I used to love that show. It was awesome.
That was great.
Yeah.
Clive Anderson hosting.
I was getting mixed up.
Yeah, Clive Anderson I always found a bit smarmy, but the Drew Carey hosted one in America I think is just better.
Mm-hmm.
And when the UK version started bringing over Ron Stiles and Colin Mochray over to this country to do that, I was just like, yes.
Mm-hmm. They were the best
you
ones,
guys
weren't
can
they?
just crack on.
Yeah. They always used to just marvel me how they used to be able to act these things out so well that you could just...
And so quick as well, you could actually see it in real time when they'd call them over, and they'd just straight out.
I know, if it was me, I'd be there half an hour later, still going, watching me try and do charades, it's a painful experience. So, that's it really. Channel 4. I think we was going to do Boxing Day as well, weren't we? But I think we might have to skip Boxing Day. Do you think?
Yeah,
And we'll just do Christmas Day and then.
Boxing Day always made me kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was the excitement, the build up of Christmas Eve, and then boom. Boxing Day was always like, oh.
Yeah, you've got hanging on to the last bits of the Christmas holiday.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it was like shitty Christmas Day, really. So.
Okay, so moving over to Christmas Day. Now, the first question that comes to my head when I think about Christmas Day TV is like, who the hell is watching children's TV shows on Christmas Day morning?
I think sometimes it's nice in the background, like super young kids. I mean, it's kind of weird. When I was younger, like, this is kind of where I was going earlier when I got ahead of myself. I think sometimes when I used to be quite restless, I used to get up and just sort of sit downstairs in the living room while the presents were there, and I'd have like the cartoons on. Because my parents hadn't got up yet, my mum was making cups of tea, and I was like getting antsy.
God, they used to piss me off right off. I was like, Dad, come on, I just got to make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm sure he made it as slow as he possibly could.
Oh, they did. That's what they're there for, just to troll you.
They're like, oh, come on.
I think I used to have the cartoons on. They were kind of almost like the background noise and the distraction, because I was like just rocking backwards and forwards, like
rocking back and forth.
Seriously. So yeah, I think that's kind of what they're there for. I assume like a great distraction. So.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, Christmas Day morning it's just not worth talking about. I don't think, but I don't know. 10:55 a.m. on BBC One. It's the never-ending story. I mean, that's never-ending story.
Still one of the finest moments of recent television.
Definitely, still hasn't been topped. If they ever try and remake the never-ending story, then all the people need to be stopped immediately.
I was talking about the scene from Stranger Things, but
that was nice.
Oh, that was quality. Never expected that in a million years. And then when he started breaking into that song, and it was like, oh my God, they're actually going to do this?
Yeah, it didn't throw the pacing off either. It was just done so beautifully, fluidly, that it was just like, why is this working? This should be a complete dead stop in the pacing. And it's just like Erica's look when she stared up at him. It's just and it just worked.
Yeah. But they managed to squeeze Neighbours in at 12:25 p.m. I'm not watching Neighbours, sorry. Even Top of the Pops at 5 to 1. I think the first time my telly would go on on Christmas Day is probably like the Christmas film, the big Christmas film on BBC One. I don't think we even sat down to watch things like Noel's Christmas Presents or anything like that. Did you?
No, I don't remember doing it.
Maybe, I think maybe.
But yeah, the big BBC One Christmas film for 1995 was at 4:30, and that film, I'm sure, delighted Chris no end as it was Hook.
Oh, it's a premiere as well.
It was. So I bet you was in your element for that year.
To be honest, I probably had it on VHS at that point anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we always used to do. Like Christmas Day, like we'd play our films that we'd gotten on VHS or whatever.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like someone had got a film or someone had got a few episodes of television that they wanted. You know, that kind of thing. And like you said, Jason, like I don't have any memories of watching Noel's Christmas Presents.
No.
We never watched The Queen's Speech. I have vague memories of Only Fools and Horses being on, but other than, and that was, you know,
That was about it, really, wasn't it? Yeah.
and that wasn't even just this year. Only Fools and Horses is always on at least one episode on over Christmas, any time of the year.
Just had to remark on going back up a little bit to 12:55, Top of the Pops, the hosting combination of Bjork and Jack D. it's like incredible, incredible.
Yeah, that's incredible. Whoever dreamt that one up needed hopefully got a bonus, because that's amazing. Auntie's Brand New Bloomers was on at 7:15 on Christmas Day, followed obviously by the EastEnders Christmas show, and the Vic is full of Christmas cheer. While the Fowlers put on a brave face, Pat plans for a perfect Christmas, and they take an unexpected turn.
Who dies? I wonder. I just find it such tropey shit now. Like every year, we're even doing it to this day. Like 2 episodes of EastEnders, and they're both like the most miserable storyline of the year, even by their standards. Like,
yeah. But I mean, it was sandwiched in between by probably one of the better highlights, and that's Keeping Up Appearances with Patricia Roulette.
oh God,
That's never gonna die, is it?
And then at 10:10 p.m. it was Indecent Proposal with Robert Redford and Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson.
skipped One Foot in the Grave.
What was that?
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Don't
One Foot in
believe
the
it.
Grave. I think BBC had quite a strong showing apart from EastEnders. Do you think?
Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty solid.
Yeah.
I think.
12 a.m. was the greatest music party in the world, half recorded at this month's concert at the NEC in Birmingham, including David Bowie, Rod Stewart, Diana Ross, Soul to Soul, Lightning Seas, Des'ree, Echo Belly, Alanis Morissette,
Jesus Christ.
and Curtis Stigers and Diana King. And
only one of those people are dead.
wow, that's impressive. And then it had a close down.
Oh, the days of a close down.
Yes, they had to close down.
That's what happens, kids.
Yeah.
When it used to end, I sound like my mum. Christ.
You used to have that TV card, didn't they, with the girl
card.
with the
Horrifying.
Yeah,
thing
or
or
it's
whatever
just
it was.
static.
I can't remember what it was now.
Turn the TV on.
Oh god, yeah, it went to static, didn't it? Oh, like on ITV, they used to just show random teletext pages, didn't they?
I used to love that stuff. Yeah, it's great. It's like teletext you can't control. You just go mental. Oh my God.
Let's have a quick look at BBC Two. I feel in BBC Two let themselves down after the epicness of Christmas Eve. They've got things like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea from 1954, the Top Gear Rally Special at 10:55. The Hills Are Alive.
I seriously read that as The Hills Have Eyes of Her. I was like
I thought that earlier when I was scrolling down. I was like, no,
that is a bold
surely
move.
not.
It's a bold move.
It's a bold move, yeah. Today's
How to edit a film into 20 minutes.
Today's the Day Christmas Special at 5:05 p.m. I'm scrolling and all I can see is just crap, unfortunately.
I will say this, it's kind of making me feel better seeing this. I do think now we really did romanticise TV. I think there's something to be said for rose-tinted glasses nostalgia. This is shit. I'm just saying it now, this is shit. The difference now is that TV is irrelevant, whereas then it was like, we must have just strived to find something good amongst this because TV was obviously relevant. Now it's like, I don't know, I'm generally quite shocked. Maybe this was the beginning of the rot, I don't know. Maybe
I don't think it was though, was it?
I don't know. I'm just like...
Well, ITV are bringing it back with Mike Morphin Power Rangers at 5 to 9.
Hell yeah.
And then bringing it back down with The Little Engine That Could at 10:25 a.m. But they did squeeze a Herbie film in. They did get Herbie film in at 11:30 a.m. with Herbie Rides
Herbie
Again.
Rides Again. I used to love those films.
And then the big Christmas film on ITV at 3 p.m. Chris, I don't know what you was doing with yourself, mate, but it was Ghostbusters 2. What was you doing, man?
It probably was on. We probably watched it.
Had to be watching this.
That's what I mean. I don't know what we were doing at 10 minutes past 3 in 1995, but I'm pretty sure it would have been on somewhere.
I think I was just thinking about what you were just saying, Rich, about rose-tinted glasses and all this and that. But I think like where we've got so used to just having films on demand and just being able to just sit down and watch things, it's kind of ruined the magic a little bit of what we used to have to live for, you know, in TV when we were kids. Because to have Ghostbusters 2 on TV, even in 1995, was probably quite a big thing for us.
I mean, it's just proper linear scheduled television. It's just,
you know,
doesn't
probably made it that little bit more exciting because you had to be there at 3 to watch it and not miss the beginning or anything like that kind of stuff, and then moan about all the advert breaks in between. It's sad, but it's. I think I don't know. I think it's one of the things that the internet have killed. That kind of feelings that we used to have. I mean, it's the same like when we used to get VHSs or CDs as presents for Christmas. It's I don't buy anything like that for my kids because they don't need it. You know, they've got Spotify, they've got Netflix. You know, we've got iTunes and Amazon Prime and all these kind of services now where we can just rent and get to watch a film straight away like that, and they just don't need nor want the you know, DVDs or CDs or anything anymore.
It's like last year when Disney Plus and like Soul came out on Christmas Day. I mean, it was a nice gesture. It was nice. They kind of did it. They kind of planned it to be out on Christmas Day, but it was like, okay, yeah, this is available now, but there's people that have already watched it, and I've still yet to watch it. It didn't have that appointment feel like it would with television. So it's like, it doesn't matter how much you even try to capture that now. It's on demand as, like you said, it's just taken that special feeling away. You've got total control now of when you see it, and it's just...
And that's a good thing in a way. You know, it's convenient and it's handy, and, you know, especially with the pandemic going on, you know, it's perfect for the situation that we're in. But for the emotion side and memories and feelings, it's just not that great.
No, agreed.
So we had Ghostbusters 2 on at 3 on ITV, and The Wind in the Willows at 5 p.m, and then they got Sister Act in on at 8 p.m. as well. I definitely would have been watching that too,
probably,
because that's a quality film. And of course, sandwiched in between that was the Robson and Jerome Christmas Special. So,
what are women watching that?
And that, I think that's pretty much the highlights on ITV on Christmas Day, unless you want to count the 4:15 a.m. film Snow White from 1989. I don't know if I want to know what's in that one.
What's Trenchcoat starring Margot Kidder? I've never heard of that.
I don't know.
No idea. Maybe that was the film that finally killed off her career. I don't know.
Assuming she was wearing a trench coat when they found her in that garden. I don't know. But sorry.
Yeah. I'm still just... It's the Family Guy gag that I always remember.
Oh, God, I forgot my purse.
That's not that time Margot Kidder was us.
And let's just have a quick look at Channel 4 on Christmas Day, and then we'll let these good people get back to their Christmas shenanigans. I think Channel 4 on Christmas morning it sounded pretty good, actually. Looking at it, you know, we had Ulysses 31 at 6:45 a.m. And I used to love that show as a kid. I don't know if you two remember that or not, but it was so science fiction-y. It was awesome. And then we had the big breakfast on at 8 a.m. And it was the Christmas special with Paul Bradley, who was Nigel in EastEnders, because he performs his new single. I didn't even know he sang. I didn't even know he had a song out.
I need to YouTube that.
And then they did the best of the Big Breakfast from 1995, including The Crunch with Zig and Zag, Dame Barbara Cartland's Christmas message, the Yo Ho Who competition, and Gabby talks to Barbara Windsor. And then at 10 a.m, Saved by the Bell, the new class.
They tried, but
It's just like, Mama, what's Saved by the Bell? We've got Saved by the Bell at home. That's
Yeah.
literally what the new class
Yeah.
is, seriously.
And then they just went into Channel 4 mode once more, and
No. It's so Channel 4.
it is,
Blur,
isn't it?
Christmas Day. Song 2 by Every Turkey. It's great.
7 p.m. film was Turtle Diary from 1985, starring Glenda Jackson and Ben Kingsley.
Turtle Diary. Never heard of it.
Turtle Diary. I mean, the only thing that's kind of jumping out is the snowman. I love the snowman. It just screams Christmas at me, and it's just something that I always like to watch at Christmas time. Apart from that, Channel 4 was pretty shit.
It was. Yep.
So
Mortified. Jesus.
I think that's where we should leave the TV guide of 1995, and I think you kind of touched on it, Rich, there, but your feelings on the listings. I mean, do you think it was a strong year?
No, bad. Apart from that episode of Power Rangers on Boxing Day.
Okay.
Pretty damn shit. So.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Chris?
yeah, it's like it's been found wanting, isn't it? It's just like
I mean, it had some good stuff on there. I mean, there was some good films. We had Hook and Ghostbusters 2, and we had Bottom on Christmas Eve, and Wallace and Gromit, and we had the Keeping Up Appearances Christmas Special on in between EastEnders, and there was definitely some highlights to walk away in 95. I don't think I would have been overly grumpy about the offerings, but yeah, I don't think it was one of the strongest years that they managed to do.
No, I do agree with you guys though that like TV as it was, this is going to make us sound really old now. It was an event. You spoke with your friends in the playground, didn't you, after Christmas? Oh, did you watch this on this day and stuff like that? And now you just go, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Not like, oh no, I missed it, but you know, it's not.
Like, coming home from school and like my mum has been to town and like the big TV guide was there, the old TV quick double issue, and I was like just going through it, marking off all the pages, things I was going to watch, and fond memories of that. It was like its own little game playing that, going for each day, going straight to the film page to see what big films were on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and I miss that. I do.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time we've got for this week. Actually, let's have one more Christmas cracker joke, shall we? One more. Come on, one more. Are you ready?
Go for it.
What goes O O O?
Oh God, I don't know. Mrs. Claus?
Oh God! I love that.
That was fantastic.
That's actually a really good joke, Rich.
It's really fantastic. Yeah. I just made it up. Anyway, yeah.
I don't know, Santa sleigh in reverse.
Close.
Yeah, Santa in reverse.
Yeah, Santa walking backwards.
Mine was better.
Oh gosh. Okay. Sorry, Rich. What?
I got one joke.
Go on.
One Christmas, a little boy wrote to Santa Claus saying, "Please send me a sister." Santa Claus wrote him back, "Okay, please send me your mother." Oh dear. Anyway.
Well, right, that would be if you found that in a Christmas cracker.
I would be like, okay, crackers, not so bad.
All right, well, yeah, that is all the time we have for this week. But I'd like to say one more thing before we go, and that is to thank everyone that's listened regularly or just even one-off to What's Wrong with Wolfie. We are always so happy and humbled when we see just one listener on the figures. So once more, thank you for over this last year to hear, not here, but like, I'm rambling because I had too much rum apparently.
Getting emotional.
Yeah. But I want to say thank you, and like over this last year to hear and see how the show has progressed from the start of the year to now is unbelievable, and I can't wait to see where we go in 2022. And I just want to thank Chris and Rich for always being here to chat 90s stuff with me. You two are legends, and couldn't do this without you. So thanks very much, guys, and a very Merry Christmas to you too.
Thank
And
you.
to all
You
a good
too.
night.
Yes, very much so, mate. Yep. And a very Merry Christmas to everyone listening. We hope you can have a happy and healthy time, no matter what the world tries to throw at us. But this will be our last episode of the year, but we will of course be back in January of 2022 to continue our journey with the video games of 1995. Final words, guys? Anything before we go?
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon. There, whatever. Keeping it PG. Yeah.
Nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Considering the jokes, some of the jokes that we've got in here. Chris, any final words, mate, before we go?
Yeah, just coming from someone that's been quite a tough year. Just take care of yourselves, guys. It's all we got, you know. Just
Absolutely.
keep going.
Yep. No matter how hard it gets. Yep. I'm sure we can all try and find that little reserve to just get ourselves going once more.
Yeah, that's all we have to.
Indeed.
Yep. Well, all that's left for me to say is Merry Christmas, and you've been listening to What's Wrong with Wolfie, 90s podcast to the max. Catch you guys next year. Bye-bye.
Bye.